If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in power system series. So today again we will be solving 5 questions starting from question number 71 to up to question number 75. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. So in 71, a 110 kV 3-core coaxial XLPE insulated power cable delivering power at 50 Hz has a capacitance of this dielectric loss tangent of the XLPE cable is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4, then the dielectric power loss in the cable. Dielectric loss tangent delta is 10 delta is given, this one. And what will be the power loss? So in case of cable, if you see, suppose this is your cable, so your capacitance is with this, because this is your ground, so the capacitance and this is the insulation resistance. So you can think of these two are connected in parallel, so there is a resistance and then this capacitance is there, so it is a parallel RC circuit. So what will be its phasor diagram? If this current is IR, suppose this current is IC, and suppose this is the voltage V. So this is the voltage V, this is your IR, and this is your IC. So this one will be your I, total I. So this one we know phi, and this angle is delta, that is 10 delta, loss tangent angle. So this one 10 delta is given to you. Okay, so what is the power loss in this circuit? So power loss will be equal to IR square into R, or you can write it V into IR. Okay, so what is this voltage? This voltage you have to be careful. This voltage is the phase voltage, phase to ground. So it is VP, let me write it. Okay, so it is VP into IR, what you can write it in terms of 10 delta, because 10 delta is given to you. So this relation is given to you, IR by IC, because this is IC. So IC by IR is given to you 10 delta. You need to find IR. So what you can write, so here you can say I have divided by IC and IR by IC. This IR by IC is given as 10 delta. So it becomes VP IC. IC you can write again V omega C. So it is V square omega C 10 delta. So V is 110 by root 3. Omega is 2 pi into 50. C is given as 125 nanocoulomb. And then per kilometer. So your answer will be also per kilometer. And they are asking you per kilometer only. And 10 delta is also given 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. So if you put all this stuff, you will get 31.66 watt per kilometer. So this is your answer, that is your option B. Now if you come to 72, a single line diagram of a 4-bus single source distribution system is shown below. The branches E1, E2, E3, E4 have equal impedance, all are having equal impedance. The load current values indicated in the figure per unit. This is the load current, this much is dropping, it is drawing this much load here, this much load here, this much load currents. The distribution company's policy requires a radial system operation, because it is not radial, here it is mesh connected, it is interconnected from one substation, it is going again returning to substation, but they want to go to radial system now with minimum loss. Okay, this can be achieved by opening the branch. Which branch should we open so that it becomes radial? Interconnection, this mesh connection should go out, so that the loss should be also minimum. So for loss minimum, you can see the maximum current is here, so you want to pass that maximum current for minimum length, so that losses becomes minimum. So if you open this E4, then this current, that 5 current will only pass through this branch where it is required. So if you open this one, you can see this one, then how much current will flow here? Here 2 plus 1, 3 current will flow here, because here the line, it will be 2 feeder, one will be feeding this, one will be feeding this. If you open this, if you remove this one, then this will be feed this and this will feed this. So the maximum current is here 3 ampere, one will go, then 2 will come here. So the maximum branch, that is 5 current, we want to pass it for minimum length. So that's why you open this one. Otherwise, if you keep this one, if you open this one, then 5 plus 2, 7 ampere will flow here. So more losses will be there. So the maximum current should be for minimum length. So that's why you open this one, so that it delivers power that side, and rest you can deliver from here. So you can see that will be of your option D, that is E4. Now if you come to question number 73, consider a 3-phase 50 Hz 11 kV distribution system. Each of the conductor is suspended by an insulator string having 2 identical porcelain insulator. The self capacitance of the insulator is 5 times the shunt capacitance between the link and the ground as shown in the figure. The voltage across the 2 insulators are. They are asking of this fashion. So now here you have seen these derivations. Whatever current you are passing through this is equal to this plus this. So what is this current? What is the voltage across this V? So V omega C is this current, is equal to this current plus this current. What is from here to here? What is the voltage from here to here? This voltage is E2. So V2 omega C will be this. What will be this current? Again the voltage across is here, again V2. So you can find the relation between V2 and V1 from that expression. So if I take KCL here, this current is equal to sum of these two. So that means what is the voltage here? V1 omega C. C is here 5C is equal to this current is equal to this plus this. So what is this voltage across this is all are grounded. So voltage across this is between this and this is nothing but between this and this, that is E2. So V2 omega C and then plus V2 omega this 5C. So if you see, your V1 by V2 will be equal to 6 by 5. Ultimately it will be 6 by 5 omega C will get. So you got a relation. So your 11 kV will be divided in this ratio, 6:5 ratio. Now suppose if you want to find V1, so V1 will be 6 by 11. Now what is this voltage from here to here? This is not 11 kV. 11 kV is line to line voltage. It is nothing is mentioned, that means 11 kV is line voltage. So which voltage get distributed here? Not line voltage, because from here to here total voltage is phase voltage. So it is not 11, it is 11 by root 3. So this voltage will get distributed between these two. So 6 by 11 into 11 by root 3, which will give you 3.46 volt. Similarly, if you calculate, it will be 5 by 11 into 11 by root 3, which will give you the second one, that is your option B, 2.89. From seeing this one also you can give answer, seeing view. Now if you come to 74, consider a 3-core 3-phase 50 Hz 11 kV cable whose conductors are denoted by RYB. In the figure, the interface capacitance C1 between each pair of the conductors is given, and the capacitance between line and the sheet is also given. This conductor's capacitance is also given. The per phase charging current. Now if you see any phase, you take any phase, what will be the charging current? There are 3 charging current flowing. One is this, one is this, one is this. So summation of all 3 will give you the charging current. For this, what is the voltage across this? VRY. For this, what is the voltage across this is VRB, and it is VR only, the phase voltage. So you have to have a phasor diagram so that you have a relation between this voltage is VR, this is VRY, this is VRB. So this is RYB sequence. So suppose this one I consider VR and then VY. These are phase voltages I am considering VV. So one is VR, okay, that is VR angle 0. Another one I need VRY. So what will be VRY? So this will be VRY leading with an angle of 30 degree. This angle will be 30 degree. And this magnitude will be root 3 into this time. And another one we need VRB. So this is VRB, that is with an angle of minus 30. Okay, this is 11 kV is obviously phase to phase voltage. This is 11 kV. So this one will be 11 by root 3 at an angle of 0. This one will be in kV. And this will be 11 at an angle of 30. And this will be 11 at an angle of minus 30, because these are line voltages. Okay, so what will be your total charging current? Total charging current will be your 11 by root 3 angle 0 omega C. What is this C? C2. C2 is 0.4, or let me write it C2. You can put these values, and then plus 11 at an angle of 30 into again omega. Now which current it will come? It was 11 at an angle 30, that is VRY. VRY is this capacitance C1. C1 is your 0.2, or let me write it C1 plus again 11 at an angle of minus 30 omega. This will be again C1, same capacitance. Now you can put all these values, omega you can put and you can add it, multiply it at the end. Finally, if you do all this stuff, you will get your answer as 1.99, which is nearly equal to 2. That is your option A. So you can put these values, but be careful again from polar to rectangular conversion, because in the exam you may not have all this flexibility. Then you have to go for 11 cos, 11 sin, then you have to write one by one, then you have to add all the real parts and imaginary parts. Now if you come to 75, the undesirable property of an electrical insulating material. High dielectric strength, obviously you need this one. High relative permittivity, again you need this one. High insulation resistivity, that also you need this one, because this should have high insulation, this should have high permittivity, high dielectric strength, all this. High thermal conductivity, it is undesirable, because if your thermal conductivity is high, means it will conduct heat very fast. So very fast heat conduction means it will be heated up very easily. So very fast it will be. So we don't want to get my insulator to be heated up. If it get heated up, then it can puncture anytime. So it should be as cool as possible. So the heat transfer should not be as, it should be slow enough. It should be very low thermal conductivity, not high. If it is high, then it will get heat, it will get hot immediately. We don't want that. That is undesirable. That's why 75 is C. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.